Hello, everyone. My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the very first time. I'm also a guitar player. Today is the return of the King of Fighters, although I think this is the first time I do King of Fighters 99, so kind of a debut. We're going to be listening to two songs. This is Tears and Sadistic Eyes, the themes of Iori Yagami and Kyo Kusanagi from the channel Myth. These are requested by Mike Strider and Skabinks. Now, listen up. This is very important that you get some really big lore here before I start this video. I am super excited for this. First of all, I have not heard much King of Fighters. Like, it's a very new series to me. I know what it is, but I haven't heard much music. Barely anything. So, a couple days ago, I just heard Isaka and Goodbye Isaka from King of Fighters 98 and KOF 15. And man, I like lost it. And I was like, dude, this sounds amazing. The guitar work is so good, blah, 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 blah. Come to find out, the guitarist is Jun Kajiwara, aka one of the reasons I even was interested in starting to play the guitar, aka the guitarist of Bloody Roar 2, also known as my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. So, my whole childhood of growing up with BR2 and that guitar sound and, you know, this whole style that I really love, that was Jun Kajiwara, who's this composer. Well, not the composer, but he's a guitarist here. So, I'm pretty excited for this one. When I found that out, dude, my eyes lit up like they are now. Also, one last thing before I get started is I guess in the KOF, song titles don't stay with like the character, I guess, you know. So this is like the second or third song with just for Kyo. Let me know what's up with that. Anyways, who cares? KOF 99, we're starting with Tears because I'm about to have tears when I hear this. Oh man. Oh, it was different when I didn't know who he was, but now that I know who he is, it's gonna hit different. Tears. It's surreal. It's like one of the reasons I play guitars right here. And what's even cooler for me is I never heard him play acoustic. So KOF is the first time I've heard him play the acoustic guitar. Oh, the bias is so heavy now. It's crazy. I'm really curious what else he's worked on. Oh, there's another one I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot to mention it. I'll say at the end of this. Oh. That melody sounded really familiar. That sounded like Killer Instinct's theme. I'm gonna write this down before we go. I don't recall who the composer is for KOF though, like the actual composer. Jun is just a guitar player. Ooh, the organ, which is also like Bloody Roar 2. This is basically like, it feels like BR2's cousin. But it has more of like a kind of late 80s sound to it, even though it's 99. See, normally I don't like knowing things, but I'm happy I know now. Can you? I mean, come on, dude. Who wouldn't be inspired by that? Great keyboard player too, whoever this is. KOF music is incredible. It was already good before I knew that. Now it's like, oh, I see. Oh, organs are wonderful. Yeah, it's a little reminiscent of Killer Instinct's theme, a little bit. I think KI came first though. Dude, this song. It's like hybrid electric acoustic stuff. Oh man, we have so much to talk about already. Oh, we still have another song duo. Beautiful. The bias is crazy. No, but I mean, seriously, even if I didn't know that, that's how I've been reacting to like everything KOF so far. It's been so good. It's so unique. It's like full-on songs. I don't really see them as loops, even though I'm sure they do loop. So the first thing I want to get out of the way, there's a couple. First is, I'm just curious. I've always been curious on the numbering. You know, they go by years, but how does KOF approach it? Do they do it like how car manufacturers do it, where they say the next year? So this was actually released. I could just look this up, but I'd rather just have you guys tell me. Was it like released in 99 or was it released in 98 to make it sound like it's newer, that kind of thing? Or if it just means something else completely. Yeah, so let me know about that. Second, I forgot to mention this in the intro because I was so excited. He's also the guitarist of Star Ocean, another series. Well, Star Ocean 3, I don't know about the other ones, but Till the End of Time with Motoi Sakuraba. And now I've heard those songs again ever since I found that out, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, that's why those songs are so sick. I'm just kidding, but you know, like it enhanced the Star Ocean songs that I know feature his guitar. So yeah, anyways. And the other thing I was going to say is, yeah, that actually sounded a lot like the Killer Instinct's main theme. Dun, 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 dun. Just had like a slight variance. Maybe it was inspired by it, who knows. Oh, and then another thing I want to mention is the reason I love fighting game music so much is because it's attached to typically two main things: a character theme, or a stage. So you can get the variety of a location, a region, right? Street Fighter does that very well. Like if they have a song in Brazil, it sounds like Brazilian music, and you know, everything. Japan, Russia, all that stuff. And then when it comes to characters, well, now we're describing a song based with the personality just on musical notes, which is really cool to me. You know, it's like a resume in a way. So what I've heard now is most KOF stuff I've heard has been Kyo. And it's hard to kind of come up with a personality just based off what I've heard, but it seems like he has like if I were to guess, like a light side, maybe like confused as to what he is, maybe. Because the music suggests that he's not like aggressive. There's like acoustic parts in there. There's like nice melodies. It's chill. It's not too out of control. So, like his music sounds somewhere between like Hero and I don't know, like finding himself, I guess, type of thing. A little vague, but you know, it has a triumphant sound. But I don't know. It's too early to say. I'm not sure if any of his songs retain motifs. I haven't heard them all together back to back to know, but so far I don't think I've caught a motif for Kyo's songs. Or maybe that's just a KOF thing where each game they just change it up completely and then just assign a different song to a character. So let me know what's up with that. Either way, that song was sick. You know, the dynamic acoustic light thing and very melodic stuff from amazing guitarist. I can't emphasize that enough. He's one of the reasons I started to play guitar. So it's crazy. So now we're gonna be checking out someone I just mentioned in the last video, because I was like, oh yeah, there's like this character with red hair. I don't know his name. Apparently it's Iori, and we're gonna be hearing his song. He looks like a chef with that suit. Sadistic Eyes. So before I even hear this, he looks like maybe a bad character. Just based off the color palette, he looks just kind of evil. But who knows? Let's see if the song can tell me anything. This is Sadistic Eyes. Man, KOF is sick. Same guitars. He's in the whole soundtrack, so. Alright, let's go. Sadistic Eyes. Iori. Not where I was expecting that to go, but let's keep listening. Saxophone? My favorite instrument? We have organ, guitars, and saxophone in the same song. Okay, maybe he's not evil. I don't know. I'm not getting evil anymore. I'm getting more like cool guy, cool badass, Johnny Cage type of thing. But he looks very serious. Damn, what am I listening to? The saxophone literally speaks to my soul. I can feel it all up in my cerebral cortex. Cool ass groove too, just simple. So the guitar is not the focus here, it's just the rhythm, which is still cool. The bass also doing its own thing. Such a dope instrument. It's so expressive of the player. It's their breath. Into a guitar solo. Oh my. KOF, dude. I am late to the party. I don't feel like putting on my glasses because it's kind of dark, but just imagine that I have them on. Or just pretend they're on. Oh, dude, I love the organ. I love that they use organ in this. I feel like I'm gonna talk a lot right now. I need some water. I almost forgot what the first one sounded like because that one just like took over. Here I am, just like, ooh, I get to hear more Jun Kajiwara. Let's go, and then completely overshadowed by the saxophone. Oh God. Okay. Where do I start? First, let's see. Did I take notes? No, I don't even. Well, for those that don't know, you probably know now that the saxophone is my favorite instrument. It's such a. First of all, it's like the epitome of cool. It's like the coolest looking. It's shaped like a J. Relevant. It just looks fantastic. It's just iconic thing. The big horn, the swivel, everything. But not only that is. It's just always been one of my favorite. It's been my favorite instrument of all the. What's the proper term here? The reed instruments. Using your breath. Trumpets too. I like that. The bugle sound. But the saxophone is just like. I feel like I can hear the breath more. And I like that. I feel like you can hear the player. Like. Internally like, singing. Like speaking through these notes. The way their normal voice can't. There's something about it, and every time I hear it, like instantly my brain just fires off, and just these endorphins go off, and just all these things, positive feelings. Combine that with the guy who basically inspired me to play guitar. Combine that with hearing a cool new game for the first time. All these like there's just a lot going on in my head. And the dual solo with it. Also, it reminds me of one of my favorite saxophone songs ever, which is Baker Street from Jerry Rafferty, which also has a guitar and saxophone solo, probably the most iconic saxophone lead in the entire history of Earth. On top of that, the assumption I had going into it, I'm like, oh, he looks like an evil character. He's going to be all like, ugh, That went out the window completely. Now I'm confused because not only was the song great, but I'm trying to decipher what the hell because I have no choice but to judge the book by its cover. It was like, okay, red pants, red hair, got the kind of the bang thing. He looks pissed. Okay, so I was expecting maybe like a thrashier song. But no, that was like a cool thing. That was like, it felt like, like Johnny Cage was the first thing that came to mind, sunglasses and kind of like Hollywood star, but not Hollywood. I'm not getting that at all. Just very like cool. So personally, I just didn't see that image going with the character at all. I've never seen the character in action. I don't know how they speak, nothing. So I'm just going off of that. Also, the other thing I was going to mention was I love the organ use in the soundtrack. I've always liked the organ, but also it's so nostalgic for me because, again, my favorite soundtrack is Blade War 2. And just as a really quick footnote, Blade War 2 has two soundtracks. It has the arcade version, which is all electronic, and then you have the console version, which is all stuff like this, like rock, guitars, drums, that kind of stuff. That's where June is. And that side has a bunch of organ in it. So like the sound of organ and electric guitar is rampant. So hearing this is like hearing that. It feels like they're related or something. It's just this feeling that I can't explain. It's like what I've already liked in that soundtrack. I'm getting it again. It's like, you don't hear that combination too much. So, yeah, it's just a whole lot of emotion. It's both songs were fantastic. I feel like King of Fighters is just going to be such a great rabbit hole I go down. And it's just going to keep on hitting and hitting. I've liked it since the first time I heard it. I've loved Psycho Soldier. I've loved everything I've heard so far. And now that I know what I know, and the fact that there's saxophone, it's just like, it just keeps increasing. It's slowly becoming like oh my God, it's KOF day, that kind of thing. It's like a holiday now. I very much look forward to King of Fighters of any kind. Please inform me what this what both characters are like what is their archetype. Actually, tell me also, for the people that have played, what is their fighting style? That's a very big, indicator as well, like into their personality. So how they are they bad, are they good? Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That was fantastic. Both of them, fantastic. All right. That's King Fighters 99. Am I forgetting anything? I don't know. Thank you to Mike Strider and Skabinks for that. And you can watch the reactions to Isaka probably in the end card, which is like right here. So thank you to my Patreon members, Platinum members. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse, and the Auditorium Video Game Music rules.